Alright, welcome back. I'm Kyle Huckins, and we're doing another Huckins on Metal. Last night I went to the St. Vitus bar in Brooklyn to see Cormorant, While Heaven Wept, and Primordial. Okay, first I'm going to start a few words about the St. Vitus bar. Guys, if you're watching, thank you. Oh my god. These people understand how to run a club. They fucking get it. Holy shit. That was the most old school. I felt so nostalgic in that place last night. Because there's no guardrail in front of the stage. There's no armbands. There was re-entry. When the place was open, like, it's mainly just a bar. I was in the bar beforehand. You know, for a metal-themed bar, they're the only ones who are smart enough to go, yeah, you know what? We're going to keep the music volume low enough that people can friggin' talk. Attention to all these little details that made me just... I might go there on Saturday to see Deceased, Primeval, and a bunch of other bands. I'm not even that into any of these bands. I just want to go back there. Oh, big ups. You guys know how to take care of the people. Also, sound was great. For such a small place, with, not the most expensive sound system, you guys know how to make it work. Also, another thing I would never happen, especially not in Manhattan. I've taken advantage of the re-entry policy between bands. There was a deli next door. I decided to go get something to eat. They did have some food in there, but like I said, it's not a big place. They don't have like a kitchen hiding in the back or anything. Due to space, they have a very limited menu. They make do with what they can. So, nothing on there really caught my eye. There's a deli next door. I went next door, got a sandwich, and got a soda because I was driving home, so I had to lay off the lager. And I get out, and I'm walking around outside, eating my sandwich, drinking my soda. Security guy outside's like, you can bring that inside if you want. I nearly fell over. Like, wow, wait, you're cool with me bringing food in? I'm pretty sure you can be shot for that legally. No. They're totally cool. Really nice guys. They're very friendly too. It was a great experience. These guys really know how to take care of people. I wish they were running a lot more places because they know what the hell they're doing. That was attention to detail you don't see too often anymore, and really appreciated it. I hope they get more good shows there that I want to see, because I may just start going because, well, someone's playing. Who? I don't know. But screw it. Excuse to go St. Vitus. So, definitely wanted to give big ups to them. So it's a nice operation you guys have got going there. Don't screw it up. Okay, on to the first band, Cormorant. Now, I'd never heard these guys or While Heaven Wept before. And when I don't know the opening bands, I go. I try to show up for them, give them a fair chance. I've done it in the past many times. And, hey, it's bit me on the ass more than a few. But conversely, there's been plenty of times where, oh crap, who was that? They're really good. So I I like to err on this. I like to err on the side of optimism and show up early, because who knows? Maybe one of the openers will knock me over. I wouldn't say Cormorant blew me away, but they were very good. They play that everyone calls it like post metal, kind of like Neurosis, Isis. They reminded me very much of Wake. You know, that band who spells Wake with an R at the beginning, because I'm just going to assume they were high. If you've got a better reason, I have a comment section, share away, but I'm going with high. But, you know, can be very ambient or very slow, sludgy, and just poundingly heavy. Alternating between like clean vocals and really nasty death metal vocals. They sounded like, I wasn't familiar with the songs, but they still seemed very tight to me. Especially the drummer. I don't know who their drummer is, but damn, he's good. I was really impressed with the drummer. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about Cormorant, but definitely get a chance to check them out. I would recommend them very highly. Okay, they were followed by While Heaven Wept. Hold on a second, I just need to check something. Well, Heaven Wept really did nothing for me. How do I put them? They very much, they were doomy, but it wasn't like really heavy funeral doom. It was, and I'm not the best person to ask about this. It's not really my area of expertise, so to speak. But I'd say they remind me more of like more traditional bands, kind of like Saint Vitus, Trouble. They're more in that vein, like more clean, not quite power metal vocals, but kind of in that direction. And I thought they did an alright job of it. It's just that whole particular genre, I'm not into that. So I wouldn't say they were bad at all. It just really was just one of those, just like, this just is not my thing. So I'm really, I can't really consider myself a competent judge of how good they are at what they do. You know, I thought they seemed like they were good at their style. I just don't particularly dig that style. So I can't really get too deep into the nuts and bolts. Like I said, just not my thing. But, you know, like I said, I go in, I show up, I try to go into every band with an open mind. We all fail occasionally, but I try to keep an open mind. Also, the other thing that didn't help them was, while they're playing, all I'm thinking is, Primordial's on next. I was so amped for Primordial that it really was affecting my ability to concentrate on While Heaven Wept. So that didn't help them. As for Primordial themselves, this is going to be the long rambling portion of the review, because they were so good. Oh my God, they were fantastic. I've been listening to their stuff a lot more lately, as I tend to do when I'm going to see a band. Like, unless it's like a band like Slayer or Iron Maiden, where I've got the discography memorized, I don't really need to. And I'm glad I did this, because it put me back in touch with a lot of their earlier stuff, even though I don't think they played anything from most of those earlier records. Unless I'm misremembering, I'd say all their stuff came off of Storm Before Calm, The Gathering Wilderness, to the Nameless Dead and the latest one, Redemption at the Puritan's Hand. But I'm glad I was listening to that more, because up until a few weeks ago, that album just hadn't clicked with me. I didn't think it was a bad record by any stretch. It's just something about it it just didn't grab me. It wasn't like the previous three, which just grabbed me by the balls and refused to let go. That one had to grow on me, which it finally did. And I'm so glad it did. Hang on a second. I have to look up the track listing because I'm such a... I can't remember anything anymore. It's really bad. I mean, the only problems I had with Primordial was the usual fanboy, oh, I wish they had played whatever. I mean, off of Storm Before Calm, they played Sons of the Morrigan, which is a fine song. I would have preferred The Heretic's Age or Cast of the Pyre myself. But, okay, they didn't play those. Fine. Also, off of Gathering Wilderness, this is my all-time favorite Primordial song. I would have killed to hear End of All Times. I mean, it's probably for the best they didn't play that, because I might have killed someone. And by someone, I mean I would be on a Godzilla-like rampage until sometime next week. Something about that song, it gets in my blood. It just makes me want to hurt things. Like, I can't walk when I'm listening to it because my hands they go like that. They do not relax till the song is over. And I have no conscious control of it. It's really weird. And the one song I really would have loved to have heard off Nameless Dead is Gallows Hymn. That's one of those songs, it's so exquisitely depressing. It's Primordial. They're really good. Every album has at least that one song. It can only be described as just achingly beautiful. Or it's just so utterly gorgeous and melancholy at the same time that seriously you feel like a good cry is in order. And seeing them in person, that was certainly no fucking exception. Oof. No, hang on. I need to, I don't know why I can't remember the fucking song titles in this record. Because I suck. Hang on a second. Ugh. One thing that really did surprise me about them, as much as this band could surprise me, was Nemtheanga's vocals live. I love his voice. I think he's a fantastic singer. Especially when he growls. I think he's got great. I think he sounds venomous as hell. The Gathering Wilderness is one of the finest vocal performances I've ever heard in probably this millennium. And when he sings clean, it's gorgeous. Son of a bitch sounds even better in person. How do you do that? He's better live than he is in the studio. And he's incredible in the studio. It was amazing. Everything sounds... When he gets nasty, it sounds nastier. When he decides to just sing clean and have it be exquisite, it's... Like, there are parts of The Gathering Wilderness, and again, I think his vocals are great on that. There are parts where I still have trouble with the odd line here and there because I'm too lazy to pick up a lyric sheet. Live? Oh, no such problems. None whatsoever. More than once I said, oh, that's what he's saying. Son of a bitch. And talk about stage presence. I mean, this guy, he can't be more than like 5'9". He's not wide. I mean, it looks like he's in really good shape, but he doesn't cast an imposing figure. But he's got the white corpse paint, he's got the black stuff all over. It's just seemingly kind of random. Like it's just a mess. But he's just got, his eyes are so intense. They're just like, okay, I think he just saw through me. I'm kind of terrified of this guy right now. I mean, I think that's why he was able to work the crowd so great. It's because probably half the crowd's like, yeah, I'm doing exactly what he says because I'm kind of nervous he might tear my head off. Now, for all I know, he's like the nicest guy on the planet, but the man has presence on stage. That's the best thing they have going for them live. Because you can't teach that. So some guys are just, they just got it. You know, I mean, I have no doubt he's watched guys like Dio, Halford, and Dickinson just go, okay, I'm gonna do some of that. But you know, he still he makes it work in his own way, and that guy could have started a cult last night, because everyone in that place would have followed him into hell, myself included. He was phenomenal. The rest of the band, I mean, unfortunately, they don't have their. I can't remember if they're missing one of their guitarists or the bassist. I think it's one of the guitarists, so they had to call in a substitute. I don't think they're missing anything. And that's not to knock Primordial's, the other members of Primordial. They're all fantastic musicians. But I gotta give them credit. They found a very capable replacement. The sound in the club was great, too. But, I mean, there were definitely no moments of, what is he playing? You know, they were very tight. They were focused. For some reason, I tend to key in on drummers a lot. And Primordial is no exception. Because their drummer, who I can't remember his name, phenomenal drummer. Oh, I'm so glad they got him back in the band. And so glad for him that he managed to get his shit together and get cleaned up. Because I need like 1 billion more records from this lineup. So I can't have bad stuff happening to him. The set list itself, I don't remember the exact order. I'll go from the albums. Off Storm Before Calm, they played Sons of the Morrigan. Off Gathering Wilderness, it was the Golden Spiral, the Coffin Ships. I'm blanking on whether or not they played the title track. God, I want to punch myself right now. I believe they did. Also, let me see. I don't remember. Off of To the Nameless Dead. They played as Rome Burns, played Heathen Tribes. They ended with Empire Falls. Great ending track. It's got some of my favorite Primordial lyrics in it. It's a very memorable. That's why I don't sound quite up to snuff right now, because I lost it during that song. I was really happy about that one. Oh, and yeah, I fucked up again. When I said out for the like your Cast of the Pyre before, I actually meant Fall into Ruin. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. If you want to make fun of me, go right ahead. Okay, off of Redemption of the Puritan's Hand, they played No Grave Deep Enough, Lane with the Wolf, Bloodied Yet Unbowed, and The Mouth of Judas. The Mouth of Judas was probably the highlight of the set for me. It's a very slow, very melancholy song. And I mean you can't listen to it. It's, you know, like I said, it's very slow, it's very melancholy. And his vocals are so perfect with it. They're just like, wow. I just want to get drunk and cry right now. Because it was beautiful. That's the only, I know I've used that word way too many times in this, but it's the only word that works. It was just hauntingly beautiful. I mean, I've probably listened to that song I don't know how many times between coming home from the club, going to work, coming home from work. I've had it stuck in my head all day. And it's very strange because, like, wow, I feel like crying, yet I can't stop smiling. I'm like convinced I might actually just be an undiagnosed bipolar thanks to this song. It was... Now, I know other places I've heard they've done 2-hour sets. I don't think we got a 2-hour set, but then again, they also didn't do the get off the stage, come back for the encore thing. Because the way St. Vitus works, you have to go through the crowd to get to the stage. So I think I was just like, yeah, screw that. It's not worth it. You know, they couldn't come in from the back or anything. There was no dramatic reveal. You had to walk through the crowd. But, you know, it didn't hurt the ambiance or anything. I mean, I got home late as hell last night. I only got a few hours sleep. And I just worked a full day, and I feel fucking great. And I think it's in no small part just due to Primordial. I've just been thinking about that show, just what a great time I had. I met up with a bunch of friends there, of course. And, you know, that's... Hey, anytime you meet up with the guys at a show, it's always a good thing. So, you know, between bands, I had someone to bullshit with. It was really a great night. You know, it was a great band, surrounded by some great friends. It was great venue too. It was a really good night for me. I was one of those nights you come out of there like, wow, I fucking needed that. Even if things haven't been going that badly, it still just went so well. It's like, whew, I haven't had one that good in a while. So, yeah, I'm a very happy man right now. So, if by now Primordial are still coming to your town, and you haven't made your mind up, go! That's not a suggestion. It's a fucking order. If you don't, you're a fool, and you deserve whatever bad things happen to you in this life. If you do go, you're not going to regret it. Believe me. Anyway, that's it for this edition of Huckins on Metal. Hail to you.